Hello, welcome back to Intelligent Design. We're on level 5 of Castlevania, and oh my god, this is my favorite level in the entire game. There's so much to it. This whole level is a game by itself. Every path of it is entirely linear. All the rooms are linear, but as we'll soon see, they manage to, just through their clever use of item design and enemy placement, make there actually be what I like to consider 3 or 4 major routes that you can take, like the paths and ways to beat the boss, because their design here, as we'll see, makes which checkpoints you use, which items you choose to practice with. Each one beats these levels in different ways, and as you will see, it really changes the way the levels work. So last time we ran forward to try to kill these guys. So that didn't work. Let's go back to return to form. Wait for them to, as level 3 taught us, wait for them to jump into hitting range, and then we kill them. Level 4 taught us this too. Wait for them to fall, then hit them. So let's do that. Wait, what? Ah, no, bad hunchbacks. Okay, hit you, and taking damage. Come on, wait for it to come around and hit. There we go. All right, I lost half my health already, and it's not even through the first screen yet. That did not work. That absolutely did not work. Now, those guys are... The thing is, though, it almost worked, because they kept jumping right out of my whip's range. It made me feel like, oh, God, I can almost hit them, but there's a really easy way to beat them, as we'll show you on the next time we go through this section. So, fought them, and what's cool is, again, even though I've taken a bunch of damage, I'm not stopped. So, most puzzle games are really hard to balance if you want the puzzle experience, because people need to solve puzzles, but they have to be progressing at a nice, satisfying rate of progress. And that's really, really hard when the puzzles are preventing them from moving forward at all. It's why a lot of good adventure game design, like Telltale Games, who I love, has often had their puzzles be multi-stage. So you figure out part of it, you're given a big goal, and it's like, oh, I figured out how to do this part, now I figured out how to do the next part, and so at least you feel like you're making progress. It's still really hard to design well. What's nice about action puzzle games is that solving the section means being able to beat it without taking any damage consistently, or taking very, very little. Here, even though I didn't solve that area, I can still move on. And in fact, because of the health recovery system, I might never have to solve it at all. I can take early damage in the early sections, and then as long as it's not too much, I can recover all my health later when I get to a wall chicken thing. So this guy just zoomed onto the screen. Now, he's up there, but that's okay, right? Enemies up there, not a big problem. Wait, he's throwing bones at me. Okay, I'm in danger. So I'm running back. Well, that's not working. I need to go past him. All right, let's go past him. Moving forward. All right, this is no problem. No problem, I'm safe. Oh, holy shit. Okay, so now we've got this escalation of this guy up here. We moved back, got the scene, and so it looked like it was safe briefly. Then he threw a bone up, then it fell down to hit me. And now I run forward to try to get to him. And my goal now has been first, hey, what's that? That's probably not a problem. Okay, it's a danger. Got to back up. Wait, that's not working. I need to rush forward as quickly as possible. And suddenly, okay, escalation. There's not one, there's two. So I hit this guy, or try to. These guys are kind of really fun to fight because there's a tension. They always try to keep the same spacing. Not far enough for them to hit you, but not far enough for your whip to hit them. It's much easier if you have a fully upgraded whip, which I do not, and I die. All right. So, brutal level, as you can see. Let's start solving it. So, running towards the hunchbacks didn't work. Waiting for them to come at me didn't work. Something's got to work. So what's the thing? Let's think about their path. They jumped forward, and then they jumped up right at the end, where my whip was trying to hit them. Can I take advantage of that? It seems that I can. And that horrible section of hunchbacks that so many people complain about is solved instantly. All right, we got this guy. We're going to run forward full speed, jump, and hit him. No problem. Got him. All right, next section. Fully upgraded whip. Let's get that. Holy water. Fantastic. So we're moving up here, walking up. Oh, gotta go get him. Okay. This hunchback goes over here and jumps up and hits me. So my attention, of course, the designers know that my attention is being pulled to hit this guy, because obviously I need to rush and kill him. The fact that I just had to rush and kill this guy reinforces that. So I climb up the stairs as quickly as possible, because I don't want to wait and stop for this guy to come forward. This guy will keep throwing bones at me. I can't afford to stand still and hit this guy. So by combining these enemies, they provided a new puzzle. Stand still, jump, hit these guys, solved. Run forward full speed, hit these guys, solved. Cannot do both at once, right? That's kind of hard. So, I will show you the solution on the next go. because, again, we're able to move forward. No problems. Now, I mentioned that there are several runs in this game. That there's different ways to approach the levels. Now, the simplest way is just to go forward and use the best item to beat each section as we go through, which is how you mostly do it when you're desperately just trying to finish the level, get to the next section. All right, holy water, not a problem there. So the holy water is great because you can use it, and then it stays on the ground in a burst of fire. So basically, I'll show you right here. Use it, stays on the ground, and burst of fire. And these guys we've already learned from our extensive observations of how they moved in relationship to us down there, that they come forward when you're moving back and go forward when you're moving forward. So with the holy water, it's very easy to beat them. Okay, this actually might be a little awkward. All right, moving back and throw it and walk forward, and he's dead. No problems whatsoever. A lot of people get very claustrophobic in this section, where they try to crouch down in that little corner over there. This is probably going to cause them to respawn, but whatever. We can beat them. Where they're like, oh god, this guy's throwing stuff from up there. This guy's... I'll just go down and show you. Okay. All right, so they go like, oh god, he's throwing stuff. I want to get away, but I need to go forward, and oh god, all this damage. But it's, as we saw, it's very easy. We just throw the fire. Whoops, I misclicked once. It's much easier if you. The thing is, this timing messes things up a lot. If you do it right when you come up from the beginning, you have these extra frames where it's easy. Otherwise, you get out of the rhythm. Okay, so now I promised the next time we did this, I would show you how it works. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, got him. Pick that up. Pick that up. That timing is actually really easy. They have because of the ways that they jump. Whoops. Because of the way that they jump on the sections, they sort of give you a bit of rhythm. Moving up, throw. So I got him basically while he was mid-leap. Not a problem. So I go up here, and actually this is really easy too. If you just start walking up on the staircase and jam the attack button and up, and you're already pressing up, because you're going up the stairs as hard as you can, you actually throw it at like the perfect arc. So I don't even have to time that. I just start jamming my attack, and I hit it at the perfect moment. I took a bunch of damage from the skeleton, but we're not worried about that. Unless I start messing up on all the rooms, it's not going to be a problem. And I'm not really intending to beat the run on my first time anyway. So, because I want to show you all the routes. Now, this level is so much to it, and there's so many interesting things to it, that I'm actually going to have to probably spend more than one video. Now, I did 2 levels in the first video, so it's fair that my favorite level takes 2 videos. All right, now before we go further, I should probably explain a little bit about what I mean by routes. There are some rooms that are really easy to beat with one item that you will get a chance to change to later. So far, the holy water has been our only option. But later, we're going to get a chance to pick up either an axe or a boomerang, or if we get, well, lucky or unlucky, depending on how you view it, a stopwatch from the right enemy. They drop pretty frequently here. I've often had 2 drops in the same run. So each room is good to beat with some items. It's really hard to beat with others, and sort of moderate with others. So if you try to beat the entire run with just the holy water, you get a really, 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 really easy boss fight, and it's often considered the hardest boss in the game to fight honestly. If you beat the entire, but the thing is, the holy water only drops at the start of the level. It only drops at the start of the level. So if you try to if you want to beat the boss with your sort of, really, it's like an instant win with the holy water, you have to beat the entire level without any checkpoints, because all the checkpoints will spawn you past the point of the holy water. The axe spawns about halfway through the level, and you have time to get power-ups and lots of extra hearts, and it's really pretty good in the section right before the boss, and good in the other sections too. But it's not quite as good at the boss as the boomerang option, which actually spawns in the most forgiving checkpoint of all, right at the end. But unfortunately, if you do that, you don't have time to really elegantly get the upgrades and have all the extra hearts to both use the boomerang to easily bypass the night hallway, which is often considered even harder than the Grim Reaper, which is the boss of this level. So you need enough hearts to get past it with both the boomerang and have enough hearts left over for the boss. Doesn't really work. Now that's all pretty theoretical, so let's go back to focusing on the level. This run, I'm just going to take all the best stuff that I can and use it to beat the level efficiently. So, what's this guy? Palette swapped skeleton. Palette swapped means that they basically just change the colors of it. It looks just like the skeleton, but doesn't throw bones. All right, they're showing it in a very safe environment. We have time to come down the staircase. We're on this area. It can't hurt us. Okay, let us hit it with the holy water. All right, no problem. Okay, there's a problem. So it comes back to life. All right, now that we know that, though, it doesn't seem that dangerous, right? We just hit it, then we run. Right, just do a little bit of hit and run. All right, no problem. Move forward. Okay, hunchback, stand still, and jump. Oh, wait, oh no, and we die. So what happens there is there's a pincer maneuver that this guy, and I actually marked a little bit further this way because we weren't hitting him immediately and then moving on. This guy we have to kill and then move forward as fast as we can. This guy, again, wants us to stand still so we can jump and hit him. So again, they're messing with us. They're putting a section that's pushing us this way with another section that's keeping us still. So how do we go past it? Well, in that situation, it's just understanding the timing. Let's take a look. Okay, go kill this guy, pick that up. And now I'm going to take this a little bit more seriously. So we get past the opening sections. Told you this would take 2 videos. All right, go there, get that. Jamming attack, automatically hits the right area. Hit, get attack, walk backwards, and he's dead. And we got the extra heart. I won't even pick it up. Don't need it. All right, I made that opening section look easy, didn't I? Well, the right solution and a little bit of practice. Like, this is the first level you have to sort of practice the executions on. Well, level 4 you have to get the timing right too. But the thing is, it's really quick. That I'd say 5 to 10 minutes to get the timing right in each of these sections, and it's no problem. Which is great because you figure out a solution, you just spend a little bit of time practicing, and people they really feel satisfied in mastering a section. And the section, it makes it feel really rewarding because you're taking all this damage and now you're not. All right, gonna hit this guy, hit him, move here, stand still, jump, hit him, and now turn around and hit him there. No problem. I just had to hit him, move forward enough to get the extra room, and then hit him up, and then hit him around. So again, this section kind of punishes you for being too hesitant. It punishes you for being too cautious. Not as much as the previous level, but there's definitely a lot of tension that encourages you to move forward at the same time as alternating with guys that make you feel like you have to stand still. So by comparing those two, and by combining those two, they create a sense of not momentum and not caution like the previous levels have either had. They create a sense of claustrophobia, of being tightly controlled, not having much room to move either side, and wanting to execute that very carefully, to try to get the right answers, to try to get the right moves. And once you master it, it feels so satisfying, because you're able to just dance on the head of a pin, as it were. Bam, health upgrade we don't need. So those recover about 6 points of health, as I think I've mentioned before. 6 points of health is a lot. But these guys at this level, I believe everybody hits for 4 damage. So you can take 3 hits and then recover all of that with 2 health pickups. 3 hits, 2 health pickups. Taking 2 hits early on only gets you basically back with 2 extra damage on you. But since everything deals 4 damage, it's pretty similar to being at full health. But again, that extra damage means that you don't fully refill until you get 2 health pickups for the first 3 hits. So what's nice about this is level is actually very generous with its health drops, and one of them is super, super smart the way they place it. Can't wait to talk about it. But in this early section, even though I managed to solve it, and I solved the entire thing, and took no damage going through it, and I can do that actually very consistently, especially when I'm not commentating and focusing, but I don't need to. I can afford to take 2 hits. 1 hit for sure. One of those sections I can take some damage on, and it's very forgiving. If I take a bit of damage, I can re-pick it up again here. So it's forgiving once you've solved it, and it also means that you don't actually have to solve it quite as well in order to progress through the level. All right, done with this whole section, we're moving on. This is where things start to get interesting, because this is where the paths start branching more. This is where we're going to get the axe. All right, I paused the game the moment I went into the new room. This is something you really should do when playing Castlevania. It lets you pause, so what you want to do is scope out your situation. We've got a hunchback back here, and if I know my thing, I want to pause and wait for it to attack me, right? But it's really far away. So maybe I'm supposed to go forward because I've got to deal with this thing, right? What's this? What's that? Again, we've got this bracketed situation of we've got a big knight up here, a same enemy down here, like the skeleton, and we have the escalation. The only difference is we don't have the nice moment of we see this first, then we see that second. But repeat the same trick, not super exciting. It's very weird the way they do this escalation. We've got the harder encounter, 2 enemies down here, and then 1 up there, right? Well, not really, as we'll see. So basically, let's take a look at how this knight moves. Okay, I'm going to go up, hit that. All right. Oh, missed him. Oh, what the heck? There's axes above me. Okay, so we can do this. Nope, and I landed on an axe. All right, he vanished over there, and this guy's throwing axes. Let's take a look at that. Oh God, I've tried to hit it out of the air, but it's right ahead of me. Okay, nah, I got this. I can hit your axes. I can hit your axes. All right, we're gonna move forward. I can hit you. Stop, move around away. All right, come on, hit you. Hit. I can do this. All right, move back and oh wait, there's an axe down there. All right, so these guys throw axes at 2 levels. They're considered one of the most, I think, the most hated enemy in the entire game. It's either them or the Hunchbacks, if you ask people. So the thing is, they keep a really annoying spacing. As you'll see, he's out of the range of my whip. I'm not out of the range of his axes. And that little moving back and forward thing really makes him feel like a fighter, and I like that. That's just very clever. Look at that. He's like shuffling like a boxer, getting ready to go. There's a sense of momentum to him. I like that. And it also indicates the fact that he's a mobile enemy. You go forward, he comes back with you a little bit. Hey, I can duck under his axes. That's nice. All right. So, hey, I'm actually totally safe, aren't I? I can just, if I keep spamming my attack button, he can't hurt me. Interesting. All right. Let's throw the holy water. Well, that doesn't work. All right, let's throw the holy water and back up. That works, right? Yes, it does. It would also take a long time to kill him that way, so I'm just going to do this. We run away from me in fear. Yep, chased you right off the screen. Haha, I'm awesome. So, unfortunately, you can't do that to this guy. I don't know why. It looks like you should be able to do it to both. Maybe this guy's like the way out to the backyard, and that's back to the other. And that's just you're putting your back against a wall because we just saw the other room. But whatever. All right, well, I'm going to go up here and I'm going to throw the holy water at you. Waha! Okay, that didn't work. Throw the holy water and now run backwards. And that didn't work because I had to jump off the platform. All right, throw the holy... Well, I'm on the staircase. Ooh, pick that up. Double shot. Okay. Throw... No, I can't. I obviously got to jump first. Throw holy water, running back. All right, that's doing some damage. But it also is absorbing a lot of hearts. Okay, let's do that again. Move it up, pull you forward. All right, got him. The other way to beat him is to come up under the staircase really carefully, as you'll probably see later, go under the axe, duck, and start attacking him. Like this, as he sort of like goes back and forth off the screen, like, oh no, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to do. And you're standing still, and you're like, yeah, whipping you, dodging the axe from above, smashing down. So again, we've got this stationary enemy, but he's kind of interesting. He's sort of like a one-man to double encounter. Stand still and duck and attack to be safe. Move forward and attack to be dangerous. Hey, that's an axe. All right, so I'm going to switch to the axe run here. The axe run is very forgiving, because if you die here, this is the checkpoint. You restart the game in this room. So that's very forgiving. It's very easy. It's very nice to do. So the axe run, as we'll see, is actually sort of a run where the weapon is not super great against the boss, but you get tons of power-ups and tons of hearts, because you get to fight this whole room with the axe. All right, let's go pick that up. Heart. A little disappointed because that's often a double shot, so you get double axes. Okay, go up here, hit this, jump over the enemy because I'm cool. Here, jumping over. All right. So the way this worked is that we have a new enemy to fight Axe Knights with. So let's duck and see how this works. Look at that perfect hit. I can just stand still and hit it, and I'm actually immune to damage. I just stand still, wait on the whip, and wait till he throws an axe above my head, and now I just throw the attack, because he doesn't throw more than one axe at a time. Now I just throw the attack. And he died. Did not have a chance. The axe makes the knight so easy, if you understand that. All right, go here, pick up the double shot. If I picked up the other one earlier, that would be a triple shot now, which is so much better, because I can throw 2 axes before... Usually you have to wait till the first axe is done before you can throw another axe. Double shot, you can throw 2. Triple shot, you can throw 3. You can throw 3. Great for the boss. All right, duck. Let's use our super safe strat again. And because we're doing the axe run, we have all these extra hearts. So we picked up a bunch in that hallway. And of course, we haven't died yet, so we have the ones from before. All right, so doing this. Let's fire 2 axes. There we go. Wasted 1, but who cares? Picking up even more hearts from the knight's death. Go here and hit the dude. Hit the thing. Turn around, hit you again, moving on. 34 hearts, double shot, it's awesome, but I've taken a lot of damage. All right, so let's move on for now. All right, this guy, he's already shooting at us, but we know how to beat him, right? Same enemy. Just wait for the first jump, and then hit the second one. 3 attacks, wait for the first jump, hit the second one. And you're dead. No problems. We've fought you before. This room is really, really easy because it is the third checkpoint. You die here, you can get the boomerang. And that's the part of the boomerang run. Boomerang run is awesome because if you get all the way to the end of the level, to the boss, and then you die, you come right back here. So you can practice the boomerang run again. If you try to practice the axe run, you die and come back here, which means you have to, you can die in the middle rooms and you'll go back to the axe checkpoint. But if you die here, you have to wait to waste all the rest of your lives so that you can get a game over and restart. Very annoying. I wish there was something more of a checkpoint system there. But it does kind of create a dynamic attempt to the runs because people know that the holy water run is better when they do some research or just know what holy water is. So what they do is that a lot of people try to do the holy water run, to beat the whole level in one run, and often fail and die partway through, or die on the boss, or die later, and then they come back here, and then they can just start the boomerang run. So often, if you can do the holy water run, you'd go most of the way, you can die, get the axe run, try that, then die at the boss, and then try the boomerang run. So it actually lets you alternate stuff a lot. Very bad for trying to win the level. Oh, I ran out of time. Okay, whatever. Very bad for trying to win the level, very good for keeping you interested in a really hard level, because all these rooms play this very differently. So I had a bunch of hearts there, and double shot axe. If I had gone up to the top of into the next room, if I had gone up to the next room, I would have had a ton of axes, been able to just rip through the knights, as you'll see in that hallway, no problem. I die here, I only have 5 hearts. I'm not going to get many hearts in this level, in this section probably. So, and I need to use my boomerangs, you'll see in the next section, but I'm also going to need to use my boomerangs on the boss. So what's nice about this section is that it really messes up the feelings, because it's very easy for the boomerangs to feel in this section that they give you with these knights. Hey, got the stopwatch. That's the other round we can do. And we'll actually do that one to show you what that's like. But it's very easy for the boomerang and the axes to feel similarly when you're fighting those knights. It's very hard to make them feel different. So what they do is they make the boomerang feel different by giving you a very limited amount of hearts. So you actually have to beat a lot of those knights with just your whip to save your hearts. Or you have to be more daring in the next section and get more candles. All that's going to make sense in a bit. All right, but I have the stopwatch now. I'm missing the boomerang because I want to show you on this life, and then I'll get the boomerang in my next life, how the stopwatch works. It's really easy. But first, let's talk about this right here. Right here, we've got a health pickup. This is the one I was talking about earlier as being completely brilliant. Utterly brilliant. Why? This room is easy. It's really easy. You've got an enemy on its own, this pillar down here, that we've been fighting since level 2. We've been fighting it since level 2. We know how that thing works. And then you've got these guys who can't do anything. They just move back and forth, and then you kill them in one hit. Just kill them in one hit. One hit. And they stand still for a while. And we got this thing over here, which we actually fight from below. All right, I'm going to take some damage here, actually, but it doesn't matter because I'm not going to actually do the boss. Because what happens is you go down here, and you come up below it, right there, and you wail on it while keeping your head under its cannon. So you can actually take it kill without taking any damage if you're careful, which is what we did. It's super easy. So why give us that health pickup? Well, 2 things. One, if you suck, or if you're just rushing through this section, like I just was when I was trying to show you that, the health pickup here, it won't still be there, is really useful because it can just give you a bit of a boost if you're just getting frustrated on multiple attempts at the boomerang run. And so that's nice. If you mess up once, you don't lose your whole run. But it's not really there for you because this section's really easy to get through, and you should not be messing up on it. Especially if you just go through it linearly like I was. I was through this section. I was only going backwards and fighting enemy in a situation that I was neither taking seriously nor practiced that I took any damage at all. So this section is really easy. Why is there health pickup there when there's a checkpoint right there? Why? Well, it's because they're designing this level with the other runs in mind. If you need to beat the entire level in one run with the holy water, you need to make sure that you're going to use those health pickups. You're going to use all the health pickups. All of them. Like you get a health pickup in the previous section right before you get to a checkpoint. What's the point? Once you get that first health pickup in that area, you're past all the enemies. In the hallway with the hunchbacks and the red skeletons, the first one that I showed you. You're right before the first meeting of the knights. You're past all the enemies. You're at the next checkpoint. Why give you a health pickup there? Because it's for the Holy Water run. If you take sections of the damage in the early levels for the Holy Water run, or just extra hearts for the night run, you want the health refill. That's nice. This is here for the night run, for the right after the checkpoint, for the purposes of the night run. The axe run. I just call it the night run because it involves axes sometimes, and also for the Holy Water run. And so the fourth run, sort of the secret run, is because it drops so often, but it's not really part of the level geometry. You can't find this, I believe, in a given candle, is the stopwatch run. All right, let me show you how it works and why it's so good. This section is crazy. Oh my god, there's Medusa head. Oh my god, I'm taking damage. So much bad stuff's going on. I'm just going to pause some time for a little bit. The stopwatch, this is considered the hardest section of the game. But if you just try to go through the stopwatch, I just died there because I don't care. Because I want to show you to you honestly. But if you use the stopwatch there, it's actually so easy that I beat it in my entire first time I ever saw it. And I just happened to have the stopwatch without taking any damage. It's a crazy hail of axes and Medusa heads. Angry Video Game Nerd's video about it is just hilarious. He's just screaming at that level. My favorite part of the level. But it is amazingly claustrophobic, and it has several different sections to solving it. All right, but the thing about it, which is so great, is that the stopwatch, which these enemies kind of tend to drop quite often, lets you bypass it really easily. You just stop time and run through. If I had full health there, I totally would have gone through even without caring. So the stopwatch turns the hardest section of the game into the easiest section of the game. So easy that in Castlevania, you can walk through on your first attempt ever seeing it without taking any damage whatsoever. No problem, as long as you're being careful, and, I was not. Because I want to get back here and show you the boomerang run. Alright, so, boomerang run. I only have 11 hearts. Okay, those enemies are dangerous. I need to wait for them to be in a good position. Alright, they're going to turn around a bit. Okay, this is getting annoying. Alright, the best thing is when they get on the other side of the pedestal so you can hit them at the same time. All right, get those guys down and just, oh my god, wow, the timing messed me up a lot. All right, no problem though, because that's why this health pickup is here, just to get rid of those really silly situations where something crazy happens. All right, get that? All right, that was not lagging, that was me actively pausing to try to get the Medusa head on screen. So I wanted to show you, because as you come from this angle, they're coming from this angle. But as I've taught you, they come from the angle you're facing. So you have to sort of run to the night to avoid this thing. And there's also that candle over there that's so tempting, but it's so hard to get. Because you need to get you need to get extra hearts in the boomerang run. It takes a lot of boomerangs to kill these knights. Because you don't have the triple shot. That's the other thing. Once you change items, if I had a triple shot axe or something, or triple shot holy water, and I try to if I try to switch to the boomerang, I go back to normal, which is another reason that the axe run is better in terms of upgrades. All right, so what's going on here? Well, there's a lot of Medusa heads, there's a lot of axes, I'm totally safe. From level 2, if you remember, we found such spots where Medusa heads could not hit us. And I think actually on this level it's even more forgiving. You just crouch still in almost any area and they will go right over you. But if there is positioning involved, and there is, like when you're trying to move forward, it's very easy to find the right positioning. Why? Because the environment designers are so nice to us. Look, they gave us these nice little boxes that we can walk on and count off, so we know exactly where we want to be. But they thought, oh, what if they don't want to count over, like, the number 3? Let's put some candles in here, but they might kill the candles, so they might mess with them. Okay, well, what about these pillars? What about we put some pillars in the rooms? If they want to care about this block, they only have to count 2 blocks off this pillar, not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks off this. And they'll even give them the, rightmost block under the frame without being on the corner place mark. This is so awesome. It adds a lot of grandeur to this hallway to have all these environmental decorations, which is amazing. But also, it just gives you a lot of stuff to plan your positioning. Very functional, very awesome. All right, and as you can see, I am completely immune to damage here. I'm immune to the Medusas, and I just sit still and hit these axes. But notice how I said that was very claustrophobic. This is a pretty claustrophobic section of the level. All right, but look, I'm just going to throw my boomerang. No problem. Deal some damage. Keep the axe. Just keep shooting those axes. If I want to be super safe, I can wait till he's throwing an axe above my head. like I mentioned before. All right. Cool. Taking no problem here, just takes a long time. It's annoying, but all right. And I only have 6 hearts left. I only have 6 hearts left. That is a potential problem. Got my double shot. All right, so the thing is, that's the problem with Boomerang Run, is if you just sit still and spam boomerangs at the knights, you're going to take a lot of extra damage. Well, not damage, but you're going to lose a lot of hearts. You need your hearts to beat the boss. If you try to be daring and get the candles, the Medusa heads suddenly become dangerous. But what about those candles? I want those candles, right? Well, I can't reach them. You know what could reach them? An axe. So that's another element they do here to incentivize the axe run. If you're going through this section with the axe, you have a lot more hearts because you didn't get respawned here, just in the stage below. You got to pick up all the hearts in the previous section of the game, and maybe even earlier. But that you can do that with Boomerang too. So you get to, if you respawn here with the Boomerang, the most forgiving section for the Boomerang in terms of health, and having to beat the fewest amount of enemies, because once you get here, you can afford to die instantly and just keep respawning until you beat the boss or get a game over, and then you have to redo the whole thing again. But it feels very impoverished. You have to kind of beat the knights with some of your whip. With the holy water, trying to run back and forth here with these Medusa heads? You can't throw the holy water and then just turn around and run and let the knights run into it. These will just kill you. So you have to mostly use the whip, right? Well, not really. I'll show you how we do it later. But the point is that the Boomerang Run, they realized that fighting the knights with the boomerang feels very similar to fighting it with the axe. And the way the Grim Reaper works, as we'll hopefully see very soon, the boomerang is way better than the axe. So how do they make the boomerang feel worse? Well, make you have to fight part of this hallway either by daringly getting the candles to refuel, or by having to fight the knights with the boomerang, and then have to use your whip. All right, I like keeping my life easy. One reason I'm able to beat these games is that I use strategy to kill them. All right, I'm gonna throw 2, hopefully kill him. God, I don't know what makes the boomerang go through him sometimes. Okay, I just got the triple shot, so this is really good for beating the boss, but I only have 6 left. 5 left, 4? Okay, got him. All right, and I'm gonna try to go back here and safely pick up a few candles, because I don't actually expect to beat the boss this way, and in fact that would be kind of a bad thing, because I want to show you the holy water run. But, oh god, now there's 2 of them. They keep respawning, that's another problem. You just have no ability to safely do this stuff. All right, just all those points just to insult us. We only have 10 hearts. All right, so this is cool. I'm gonna die instantly, I assume, but I'm gonna try. So what I'm doing here is I'm gonna set up some boomerangs, and then the Grim Knight comes. Okay, and I'm already dead. Okay, so I'm gonna have to talk through this boss. Unless you want to watch me keep continually doing that slow section over and over again. I have not practiced this section with a boomerang for a long time. It's actually a really cool boss fight. What happens here is these scythes, it's kind of cheap the way they appear in midair. That's actually really unfair. I had no ability to react to that. I would have to know that scythe's already there, and I think they're actually kind of random. So that's not good design. But the point is that these scythes fly around at you. Like he conjures these scythes in the battlefield, and they fly at you. And if you try to ignore him and just hit him with your boomerang, or hit him with your axe, or hit him with your whip, you take a huge amount of damage. Because each one takes off 1/4 of your hit points. 4 hits of these, you're dead, even if you got here at full life. Now, I actually was able to deal some damage to him. I was able to deal 2 damage to him out of quite a lot. But the way that you do this is you use the boomerangs on the screen you set up one up here, then you set up one like in the middle, then one down here, and you kind of use them defensively to kill these scythes, because you can kill the scythes, or it will destroy them, with an attack, with boomerang, with your whip. Holy water, not so good at that, but we don't have to worry about it, as you will see when we do the holy water run. So it's actually a really fun boss fight if you get here with some reasonable life and you practice a bit, because it's all about controlling these scythes. You try to strategically hit them with the whip, and you get boomerangs flying at different levels to take them out, and then look for an opportunity to hit the Grim Reaper. But if you ever try to prioritize him rather than prioritizing defensively stopping these scythes from hitting you, you die. So it's constantly trying to deal with these little things and positioning yourself and then trying to hit him. It's really fun. It's a really fun boss fight. It's really hard, though. The axe attack here is a little different. The axes are really bad for defending you here, which is why it's such a weaker weapon against the boss. But what they can do is attack at an upwards angle, which the boomerang cannot. With the boomerang, you have to jump up yourself, set it up ahead of time, and then sort of maneuver down into this corner near this door over the course of the map, and then jumping back up again when you can, so that this thing's flying around up here while you're down here to protect you. The axe offers you a defensive ability to hit most of the sides of your whip, and then turn around and maybe hit this one with the axe, that one with the axe, and also, because you likely have a triple shot without having to risk a lot of extra damage like I did to get this, you can attack the Boom Reaper a lot right away, hit him like 3 times, and then back off, and if he flies up here, you can be down here, hit him with the axe, while still being defensive. It's very useful. The stopwatch does nothing to the Grim Reaper. It gets you to him really easily, then you have to deal with all this with your whip. It's not going to happen. Now, that's going to be the video, I think. We're going to end the video on the scene of death, because I really showed you the level, I showed you how a lot of it works, and I showed you the basic progression of trying to beat the rooms with the items as they come along. I showed you a bit of the stopwatch, I showed you a bit of the holy water, I showed you a bit of the axe, and I showed you a bit of the boomerang. Even showed you a little bit of the boss. So we've definitely been doing this for a while, so I'm going to end here, and then next time I'm going to show you how the holy water changes the level as you go through, and how you actually use it to beat this end section. So this is my favorite level in Castlevania. It's so satisfying as a puzzle. They're done teaching you things, really. This just lets you have fun, and you try to get to the boss, and you just barely get to him, and then he kills you instantly. And you have to steadily learn to try to... I'm just trying to out-damage him, because most of the bosses previously have just been attack as hard as you can and hope they don't kill you, get to them with full life. Doesn't work here. You have to actually play defensively. They change what it means to try to fight him. You have to actually try to focus on avoiding damage rather than just dealing damage as quickly as possible. It's really very fun. And because of the Holy Water run, it gives you this huge incentive to try to beat the level and master it in every pixel. And because of that, it develops this, once you do that, you get this huge affection for the level, at least I do. And I really enjoy the different timing puzzles, the claustrophobia of the level, stuff pushing you forward, guys making you want to stand still, meaning there's a very narrow window, but there's one you can find. And the fact that each one of these sections of this absurdly hard level, it's absurdly punishing, has a solution. And I have often bypassed the entire thing without taking any damage, though I was not commentating at the time. So, Simon Belmont is dead, laying on the ground in front of the Grim Reaper, very appropriate, lying in front of Death himself, and we'll see you next time. Alright, so if you like this video, please click like, please click subscribe. I've been told that my subscribers are all very nice people, and will welcome you with open arms. And if you want to see any more of my content, you can go to danfelder.net, that's DANFELDER.net, and it's where I post these videos, as well as both my podcasts, Remaking Magic and the GM's Guide, which is newly on iTunes, and also my articles and just random thoughts I have. I'm told it's a fun place to be. Okay, well, I'm going to get off before I embarrass myself any further in front of Death. So, thanks for watching, and next time we're going to tackle this level the way it was meant to be played. Bye, guys.